Uh, hey guys. Um, Today I'm gonna be reacting to Sick Boy like I said yesterday, and I'm a bit more prepared this time. I already have the lyrics pulled up and everything, and yeah, let's get straight into it.
Hi, Ren. Thank you for coming in today.
I want to go ahead and say I noticed that room was the same as High Ren and everything, which is a nice addition. Looking back at High Ren.
Thanks for seeing me.
Looking at your file here, it seems there's a very apparent interplay with your emotional state and your physical body. Have you ever heard of the trauma response?
I don't think so.
Basically, our bodies can get stuck in a negative feedback loop. Our subconscious can repeat patterns from the past, which can have a pretty drastic downstream effect on our biology. Essentially, your mind is making you sick.
That straight off the bat, I like the difference between High Ren and Sick Boy, and what that therapist said. It's not, you can get caught in like a loop, a cycle of things, but your mind, in my opinion, never is making you sick. It's your decisions to continue doing those things or not wanting to, take a step back and, look at, the cycle or what you're doing. But it's very common because there are bad therapists out there that want to put you on, medication, pills, things of that nature, which is horrible. Not everyone needs to be medicated. They just need to understand how to deal with emotions or mental instability at times.
Sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy, anabolic steroids, damn cell, poster boy, pass out, white noise, quick fix, snake oil, I'm about to break boy. Oh, what a shame, he's in pain, have another go, take another pill, here, take a couple more, let's see how you're doing in another week or so, you'll be feeling worse when the side effects.
I find it very interesting because he's kind of obviously talking about his past and things like that, where they're like, here, take a pill, take a few more too, you'll feel worse whenever the side effects will start showing, which that's very common in like the medicine industry. Is like, even with like antidepressants, like you have to take them for like a few months or so your body can get used to them, and at that point they're not going to have an effect, so things like that I don't understand. And like I said, they're like, take a few more pills, and he brought up like a lot of people just want the quick fix, and snake oil was a thing back some time ago, and it harmed more than it helped, but it stopped people from feeling the pain.
show. Derealization, medical patient, losing patience with the process, walking hand in hand with Satan. Complications with the medication, inflammation, dehydration, inhalation, aggravation, building up a toleration. Drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown, soccer, drown. I've been feeling like I'm drowning with my feet upon the ground. I've been screaming, I've been shouting, but I never make a sound. I've been looking for a way out, but I always seem to drown.
That's a big thing with people that have like medical complications or just like bad like mental health and stuff. Like some people that have like depression, trauma, things of that nature, even though it's not a physical thing, it can, one, affect your physical being, but also you can kind of feel like you're drowning in it, like kind of drowning in like depression, anxiety, all the bad things. And he's kind of like bringing that up in a sense, at least to me. And like he mentions like the medication, like, you know, complications with it, inflammation, dehydration, you know, becoming more aggravated, building up toleration to it. And then, like I mentioned earlier, you're only showing side effects of it. It's not helping at that point. But people who feel like they're drowning, even though they're, you know, on the ground and everything, and like they want to scream and shout for like help or to get out, but they end up failing more often than not, which is sad and, you know, unfortunate, but hopefully, you know, it changes as time goes on.
Is this all making sense, Ren?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. What I propose we do is we try to pinpoint the exact experiences from the past that are keeping you stuck. What can you tell me about your childhood?
I can't really think.
It's okay if nothing comes up right away. What I'd like you to do is take some deep breaths with me. In and out. In and out. Good. Now tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
I feel like it's not me, it's the world that's sick. We're given everything we need and we commoditize it. We consume, we destroy like we're parasitic. Science tells us that it's suicide and still we commit. I'm not sick, we are standing on.
That's, once again, very true to life and just us as a race. We're given food, water, everything we need to survive, but people, you know, put behind a paywall pretty much. Like, if you want more, you have to pay for it. If you want food, pay for it. Like, and like even like housing, you have to pay for it. You know, it's everything that we were given to survive and thrive. People have commoditized it, and, you know, people, scientists, you know, researchers have said, you know, doing this, you know, is suicide. We're going to end up dying and killing ourselves and the planet, and we're still doing it. And I noticed, like, whenever she was talking there, like, it was switching between her as a therapist and a butcher, because, I mean, people that do that sort of stuff, that like push pills and things like that, are essentially butchering people. At least in my eyes, they are, because then those people aren't getting the proper help they need, and it's a slow death where people think they're getting better, but it stops working and then they get worse. And a lot of people that have like different points of view or go against the system, industry, whatever you want to call it, are viewed as like sick, viruses, things like that nature, and it's unfortunate, and it's very hypocritical of them because they're doing worse usually.
Cliff, in the name of progress, we jump off the precipice. I'm not sick, I'm the virus, you're the virus, hypocrite. How can you sit there with that smile on and tell me that I'm sick boy, looking for a fix, boy. Push it down in public, quick pose for the pic, boy. Record label meetings that commodify your gift, boy. Why you so upset? Don't you wanna be a rich boy? Fuck no, industry is cutthroat. I've been doing bits by myself, swimming back.
That's a good point. You know, people will probably think of him as a hypocrite at times because, like, he's making a lot of money, I would assume. And they're like, oh, you want to be rich, don't you? And, like, in everything I've seen of him, like, he is the most opposite of what the music industry is. Like, he spends a lot of his money, like, trying to film, like, music videos, make content and stuff for his fans, his community. And he doesn't, like, fake what he is or what he does, what he's been through. He's very just like, yeah, sure, you can say that, but, I mean, I'm still going to be doing this. And he's helped out a bunch of, like, smaller artists and try and bring back, like, rapping to what it used to be, which was, like, taking shots at people for the fun of it, not, you know, because you hate them, sort of thing. Just battle rapping. It doesn't have to be hostile.
Walking on a tightrope, rapping with a slit throat. The way that we persist is like the ending of a bad joke. As the people evolve, we're complacent to assailants and we do what we're told. Counterintelligence, a sight to behold. Rape the earth of all resources and we bleed it for gold. And we bleed it for wealth, we bleed it for fame. But when you bleed it, can you tell me what the fuck will remain? And I bleed in myself, I bleed in my brain. While I'm bleeding, I'm the reason, cause I'm doing the same.
That brings up a good point too. Like I mentioned, or like we are killing the earth. We're cutting down trees, taking like oil, things of that nature, and like ores, killing wildlife. Like we've done to points in history where things are almost to extinction, and you know, it's, and also like what you brought, like people evolve, but then we become complacent and we end up doing what we're told. You know, like a perfect example is nowadays. You are viewed weirdly if you don't have an internet presence or if you don't talk to people online. But growing up for like me, we were told, you know, don't talk to strangers, don't give anyone, you know, online your name or information. But now you're looked as weird if you do or if you don't, because you know, it's become normalized. And it's so wild to me that, you know, we've changed so much as a people. And now people will film themselves doing something messed up or wrong and think they're right because they have a community that will tell them they're in the right. It's absolutely bonkers. But, and, I mean, he brings up, you know, he's kind of doing the same thing, you know, doing all of this, you know, singing, doing music, because he's obviously getting fame, getting money from doing these things, but he isn't saying, you know, I'm not the same, you know, I'm not doing it, but he admits, you know, he's doing the same thing. which a lot of people would have been like, no, I'm the saint here, I'm not like that. But he accepts, I am like doing it, but also he's doing it because he loves it, He's getting money and fame from it, but he's not doing it to like commoditize it. But overall, I love Sucker Boy. Even whenever I listened to it before, it was phenomenal. And I like the little things here and there that I cut, like the room was the same, the therapist being the butcher thing. It's all very interesting to me. But hopefully, all of you have a good day, and yeah, make sure eat food, drink some water. If you like the video, like if you think if you think I deserve it, or if you did like the video, and subscribe if you want. You do what you want. Peace.